Messy Church Members Club. It's coming well. It's going to be a few more weeks. And then the new series after that, it takes a lot of time and dedication. But every book that I've written, the 12 books that I've written is because of you all. I would have not gotten these revelations had not you all been so great a people that God gives me the revelation to be able to give. Knowledge we don't teach in college. Brother Isaac has a guest back there, Brother Amos, one of my former students at Melrose High School. So bless you, man of God. And another guest back there with him. Bless you too, man of God. But he used to hear me say all the time, knowledge grows as a rose at Melrose, because we had the producer of the knowledge. And this is what we're about to do right now, give you another word like you've never heard, that's getting ready to take your life to another level. I promise you, this word is about to take you to another level if you implement it. Read this one verse aloud with me, Joshua 24:15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. I want to use as a title today's message, I don't fight, I make executive decisions. Tell somebody, I say, neighbor, I don't fight, I make executive decisions. Brother Joshua made an executive decision. He said, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but in my house, as for me, in my house, we will serve the Lord. He said, ain't no going to the club, ain't no at the shake joint in my house. He said, there ain't no smoking crack when you in my house. Ain't no running in all times of the night when you in my house. He said, when you in my house, I have the right to make an executive decision. I don't fight with my mouth. I don't fight with my hands. I don't fight with my emotions. I fight by making executive decisions. If I decide not to deal with you, it's because I made an executive decision. Every company, every business that you can work at, there are people at the top who they call executives. And sometimes they make decisions. If you work at McDonald's, sometimes they make an executive's decision. We're not selling McRib sandwiches anymore for the next 12 months. That's an executive decision. And you say, why? What happened? The people at the top made a decision that's called an executive decision. The child attends a school and they say next month we're starting to wear school uniforms. You didn't have anything to do with the decision. You had no vote, no say-so. All of the children in 30 days have to start wearing uniforms because somebody made an executive decision. At the hospital administrator, they're saying, we're not taking Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance anymore. They pay us too slowly. And all of a sudden, you got to go find another doctor. Because the administrator at the top, the CEO, made an executive decision. Preach, Holy Ghost. All of a sudden, you pull up to KFC and they don't sell the grilled chicken anymore at your favorite location. And you say, what in the world happened? We don't sell it anymore, ma'am. I just take the order. We don't sell the chicken anymore, ma'am. I just cook the chicken. I don't make the decision on what chicken to buy. Oh, somebody at the top, the CEO, made an executive. CC in that. CC, you feel. See. Boss, this is a boss message. We made an executive decision. I don't tell somebody I don't fight, I make executive decisions. If you understand that God has made you the CEO of you, you will stop letting broke, busted, and disgusted people run you. If you understand the fact that God has made you the CEO of you, you wouldn't let these broke, busted, and disgusted people lead you down the wrong pathway. You must stop letting people that have no authority and power to mess up your life. Oh, I don't have to get your input on me trying to go to another level. I make executive decisions. I shouldn't have to move out the ghetto by asking your permission. I don't have to ask you, should I supply provision for our children? I'm making an executive decision. Since you don't mind if our children have clothes or not, if you don't mind if our children have food or not, if you don't mind if our children have a roof over their head or not, I got to make an executive decision. I don't have time. I've learned from my daddy God. He does what he wants to do when he wants to. He makes executive decisions all the time. Yeah, my daddy, my father, my earthly father, my heavenly father, he makes executive decisions all the time. That's why my prayers are so powerful, because I pray to a God that can make an executive decision to change whatever I'm praying for to the thing that I've been hoping for. I serve a God that can change the thing that I've been praying for into the thing I've been hoping for. That's why Isaiah didn't question God when God made Isaiah look like a fool before Hezekiah. And God told Isaiah to tell Hezekiah, put your house in order because you're getting ready to die and not live. Ezekiel was about to die. And there go, God told him, never mind. I'm going to extend your life. I'm going to let you live. And Isaiah said to himself, I guess God made an executive decision. I'm not going to question. God just told me yesterday to go tell this man today about getting his butt in order. He about to die, and now he getting ready to go to the game. He getting ready to go to the World Series. This boy getting ready to go to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to question God, because obviously God just made an executive decision. That's why I try not to question God when things go bad for me or when things go good for me, because I know God has the power, the might, and the right to make an executive decision in my life, over my life, anytime that he wants to. Deuteronomy 32 and 39, God says, see now that I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill. I make the executive decision to kill, and I make the executive decision to make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there anything that can deliver out of my hand. I feel sorry for people that mess with the prayer people among us, because we talking to a God that can kill, that can make alive. We talking to a God that can wound, that can heal. You might not get healed unless I say so. Because I serve a God that makes the executive decisions. I know how to get anybody back, because I talk to the one that makes the executive decisions. I told me, I'm going to tell that former first lady over there, so I said, keep Pastor's kind of name out your mouth. Because if he talked to God and God makes an executive decision, oh God. Some people have to learn the hard way. Psalm 75:6, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but God is the judge. He makes the executive decision to put down one and to set up another. See, when you're secure in your leadership, you don't matter about people talking about you, because you didn't set me up anyway. When you know who set you up. Oh, God. When you know who put you up. You ain't fighting me. You fighting the man that set me up. Tell somebody they ain't fighting you. They fighting the one that sets you up. And I heard somebody say your arm's too short to fight against God. Oh, God. Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, and there's rivers of water. He makes the executive decision to turn it whatsoever he will. Matthew 10:1, and when he called him 12 disciples, he gave them power. He made the executive decision to give his disciples power. against unclean spirits, to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. Matthew 16:19, Jesus made the executive decision. He said, I will give thee keys to the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Executive decision. John 19:11, Jesus answered, you couldn't do nothing against me, boys, except it be given to you from above. Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee have the greater sin. She said, you can't touch me. You can't even put me on this cross unless God makes the executive decision to allow you. You can't even talk about me unless God makes the executive decision to allow you to do so. David said, leave Shimei alone. God the one told him to curse me. I said, I don't fight against Shimei. If God let him do that. Keisha called me and said, somebody wrote on the wall. Somebody did this. Somebody did this. I said, Keisha, if God let somebody, some fool write on our wall, I don't know what God is doing, but that's God's business. It's not mine. Because God has power to make the pen drop. God got power to make the pen dry up. God has power to break their finger while they write. And if God so decides to let them write, let him write. But I trust the same God that let him write is going to let them beg for mercy because they was wrong. See, when you know who got all power, I don't try to micromanage the church. I don't try to micromanage what people do right and what people do wrong. I sit back and let you do you. Because I know God makes the executive decisions. Oh, God. What pastor gets violated by the police who they about to get sued? Department of Justice already got me a letter and they about to investigate Memphis. Money coming out of thin air for us. That's a part of the billion. That's a part of the billion. That's a part of it. What pastor gets violated by the police, taken out the pulpit, and nobody in the city, not even his haters, mentions a word about it on social media? Because God made an executive decision to shut the entire city's mouths up. Because Jesus People Church is his heart. Oh, God, that's why Pastor Connie is one of the most peaceful pastors in the world. When I hear about all my other pastor associates, they're fighting this person in church, and they're fighting the church committee, and they're fighting this board, and they're fighting this deacon. I don't fight with anybody. I just make an executive decision to cut you off. When you know your authority, who you going to fight with? Please, why would you fight with your students in the classroom and you the teacher? Here's your write-up. Go to the office. There is no fight. There is no argument. There is no discussion, no disagreement. Because I'm in power of authority. You got to go out this room. I have made an executive decision not to use some of these messy folks and or to train some of the folks how to be patient that's going to be awesome folks. I've made an executive decision not to put up anybody or keep anybody in my life that does not bring me peace. That's an executive. Somebody shout, executive. Nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can complain about it. You can't cry about it. You can't get mad about it. You can't be angry about it. There is an executive decision. You wonder why people that's around you that's not around me is because I made an executive decision. You wouldn't cry so much on dealing with some of these unstable folks so much if you start making executive decisions. You just need the power and authority and the mentality that you're going to take back your life and take it to another level and start making executive decisions. Joshua said, I'm making an executive decision. I'm letting all of Israel know that I'm not fooling with you. Don't knock on my door if you ain't serving God. It's an executive decision. He said you can serve God with whomever you want to serve God with. Serve God with whomever your grandmama's serving God with. Serve God with whomever your BFF is serving God with. But as for me and my house, if you're going to be in my house, you got to serve the Lord. If you're living in my house, he said, if you're going to live under my roof, you got to serve God. Because I made an executive decision. If I'm going to be under my roof, I ain't going to be bringing no trifling friends to my house. I've made an executive decision. When I said at least about 22, 23, I said, at least, why would you go and find you an apartment around the corner, one of the apartments over there in the Hickory Hill end down the street? Why would you do that? Well, you can live in a luxurious house with your mom in Collierville, and she has all these rooms for you. Why would you want to do that? And the least saying in the back of my mind, because she gonna make an executive decision that I can have all my friends over my house. She gonna make an executive decision that I can't come in any time of the night I want to. She gonna make an executive decision that I can have all the fun and have all the parties that I want to at her house. So I gotta move so I can make my own executive decisions. I'm like, Elise, you can save so much money. That's what I did. I lived with Mother Con until I got married. I got all that free utilities. I got all that free rent, everything. I was just banking the money. Then when I moved out, I bought me a house. I didn't move nowhere else because I was banking off Mother Con. At least I got to make an executive decision. Because my mama going to make an executive decision that I can't just do what I want to do. Now, at least go to her house. She got cameras everywhere like she in the White House. She got a yard bigger than the church backyard. She got the air on. Mama don't like the air on all day long. Get to at least have the air still on. At least said I can make my own executive decision. At least I keep my air on 70. Mama like it on 74. At least I just made me an executive decision. Zay say, I ain't ready to move out yet. Zay like Pastor Connie, he like saving money. Oh, God. So God made the pastor the executive of the church. And it's the pastor's right to make an executive decision. Jeremiah 3:15, and I will give you pastors according to my heart, which will feed you knowledge and understanding. That's why I don't fight with anybody. I'm at peace with everybody. I'm never mad with anybody. I lose money if I'm mad. I lose sleep if I'm mad. My health goes down if I'm mad. There's nobody on this earth worth me getting mad over. So Pastor kind of can't get mad because mad means maximum anxiety and despair. When you allow people to make you mad, you just allow maximum anxiety and despair to enter your life. Some of us too blessed to be mad. Why would we allow maximum anxiety? I can go eat anytime I want to eat, anywhere I want to eat. What am I going to be mad for? If the sun is down, I can go get it to the drop top. If I need to take a family of 8, I can go get it to the Lincoln Navigator. If I need to take somebody out of town, I can go into the Toyota. If I need to help somebody move, I can go grab the Toyota pickup truck. Why would I? Why? Wait, why? How could I, of all blessed people, be mad? Because I ain't looking at you, I'm looking at the blessings God's given me. Just about, I can't be mad. I can't. Stand up, Melissa. We were just coming out of Sunday school. And we were in Ricardo. We was dropping knowledge about the prodigal son. Stand up, Ricardo. We was dropping knowledge. We was teaching this Sunday school lesson. We were bam, 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 wearing out the devil. And we was talking about the people that's like the prodigal son and how they didn't have the right dad like the prodigal son, that they couldn't ask for forgiveness, they didn't know how to come back, because a real man will teach you how to come and approach and ask for forgiveness and all that. And I was telling Minister Amber back there, and I was telling her, I said, you know what, I don't like a lot of these people because they fake. I said, I don't like fake people. I said, I don't like people that ain't real. I don't like people that act like they don't never do wrong. I don't like people. Then somebody knocked on the door. Bam, bam, bam. They knocked on the back door. Bam, bam, bam. I opened the door. It was Melissa. She was bringing food in. I grabbed her instantly. I ran to the instantly and hugged her. I said, now, I love this woman. I said, I like this woman. She's from Orange Mountain. She's real. She call a spade and tell it is like it is. You know what you're going to get with her. Ain't no smiling in your face and stabbing you in the back. Ain't no saying you my friend in person and then around with somebody else. Don't you know about A, B, C, and D? I said, I love this woman. Stand up again, Melissa. Look at all this. I was hugging y'all. I was hugging. Turn around, let everybody see. I was hugging. I grabbed, Melissa, turn around right quick. Let everybody see what I was hugging. Turn around. Turn around. Oh. I got. I got me a big hug. I said, yeah. So I'm called to have joy and not be mad. I'm called to say, this is the day the Lord have made. I shall rejoice and be glad in it, not mad in it, not sad in it, or not act bad in it. Psalm 118:24. This is the day the Lord have made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. The drama that's going on in our lives today is only because you haven't made an executive decision. They be like, why you didn't marry her? 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 Because I made an executive. An executive. TJ. An executive. Somebody shout, executive decision. I told you God made y'all the CEO of you. Proverbs 28:26. Hey, y'all, it's about to get deeper. He that trusted in his own heart is a fool. But whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. See, my heart is so easy to deceive. My heart, man, can mess me up. Boy. Mrs. Jenny bring me that good old moose pie. There go my heart. My heart be like, ooh. Sister Burnett bring me some of that fancy salad. There go my heart. Keisha bring me the big old spaghetti. I eat that cabbage Melissa was making me this morning. There go my heart. Brandy drop some of that good food. There go my heart. Lori come bring me some. There go my heart. Let me find Mr. Wade. What Mr. Wade make good? Yeah. Mr. Wade make the bad potato, boy. Make the bad potatoes, boy. Make them chicken fried bad potato. Put that stuff in it. There go my heart. So sometimes you can't trust your heart. Pam, you can't always trust your heart. How many of us have ever had a broken heart because you trusted your heart? Sometimes you got to trust your intellect. Well, can I put up with their ways? Can I put up with this attitude? Because I know I got a quick temper, and then they got a quick temper. And then now we got oops upside your head. You say oops upside your head. So sometimes you need people that's not going to provoke you. Sometimes, because I got a big mouth, I don't need Mr. William with a bigger mouth. Right? Because now our house going to be having so much noise in it. So, because I have a big mouth, I need somebody with a quiet mouth. Right? It's, it's called balance. Hey, balance. If I can't cook and if Sister Adam can't cook, well, we door dashing every day. Somebody got to do something. We DoorDash every day. They go out income. $3,000 a month in DoorDash. I love Sister Adam. She's my heart. But I'm thinking about my stomach and my wallet. That's executive decision. We fall in love with anybody, no matter what they can do. Then 6 months later, why did I marry you? Why did I marry you? I should have listened to myself. I don't like to work, and you don't like to work. So if I don't like to work, now I need to get with Sister Adam because she like to work, right? Now Sister Adam, now she battles me. I can stay at home and yes, I can. She like to work. I like to work. Both of them don't have to work. She make enough money. I don't have to work. Now I need Sister Adams. You see that? I need a roof over my head. See, you got to have balance. Oh, God. Okay, y'all ready for some more? I got 10 minutes, so give me 10 minutes. Okay, give me 10 minutes. You ready? Because it's going to get deeper. Y'all ready, church? Okay. You let these folks that's not on your level upset you. You let these folks that's not fit to be in your space, that's not even fit to breathe the air you breathe, to interrupt your joy because you haven't made an executive decision. In boxing, they don't let the heavyweight fight the lightweights or the middleweights because you got to be the same size, Bruce, to fight a heavyweight in boxing. That's why Pastor kind of don't fight these lightweights. Because I'm a heavyweight. And I made an executive decision not to fight with folks that's not on my level in the Holy Ghost. Someone texted me the other day. They said, I'm not trying to fight with you. I said, LOL, you can't fight with me. I said, we're not on the same level. I said, I have to give you permission to fight with me. Because I'm the boss, I have to give you permission to fight the boss. You can't fight the boss. How you gonna fight the boss and win? Mr. Bridges was my principal at Melrose High School. I could not fight with my boss. How am I gonna fight with the man that signed my checks? I'm gonna fight with the man responsible for the roof that's over my head and responsible for the tithes I put in the church. I can't fight my boss. You lose fighting your boss. You cannot fight the boss. Who told you you could fight me? You can't fight me. I have the power and authority to change your life with one decision. By grace and mercy, I hold my tongue and hold my peace. Oh, God. See, they don't understand. Oh, God. One of the greatest decisions that I ever made, no, the greatest decision I ever made in my life, I was trying to decide whether or not God was calling me. And I made the decision. I accepted my calling. And back then, when you were called, you had to go before the church. My pastor made us go before the church and tell the church that we had been called to preach. And I told the church, I said, I made a decision to work for God. And I said, if I'm wrong, I'd rather be wrong working for God than staying on the wrong side working for the devil. I said, if I'm wrong, I'd rather be wrong picking up paper in front of the church house than picking up a prostitute in Lamar and Airways in front of a crack house. The best and the easiest decision that I ever made in my life was an executive decision to serve the Lord. It was the best executive decision that I've ever made in my life. In the world where decisions are hard and tough, Should I keep this person in my life? Should I send my child to this school? Should I start a fast? Should I start a weight loss program? Should I move to a different area? Should I do this or should I do this? In a world of tough decisions, the easiest and the best decision that you will ever make in your life is the executive decision to serve God. That is the best decision you could ever make in your life. There is no decision greater in your life than you can make than to sell out to the one and true and only God. You would never get more rewarded back in your life than the rewards you would get from serving God. My life is a reward from the decision that I made 32 years ago when I was 20 years old to preach the gospel. It was an executive decision. Some of us are struggling today. Some of us are messing up our lives today because we are not making executive decisions to sell out to God. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, my favorite president ever. The president during the Great Depression. No other president has ever been elected more times than Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He said, in any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The next best thing you can do is the wrong thing. But the worst thing you can do is nothing. Some of us have lived our lives and wasted the last 10, 15, and 20 years of our lives because we have been facing abuse and misuse and we've done nothing. You've decided nothing and you let the devil allow you to do nothing. You've been dealing with folks that's dogged you out, dealing with folks that don't love you, dealing with folks that don't love your children, dealing with folks that don't care anything about you going higher or not. And all you've done is nothing, and they allowed it because you have not made an executive decision. When you make an executive decision, you'll be like the woman at the well that had 6 husbands. And Jesus said, good God Almighty, woman, you done had 6 husbands. The man you with now is not your husband. And she made an executive decision right then and there to drop her water pot and said, I'm gone, Mr. Jojo. I'm gone, Mr. Bobo. I'm gone, Harry. I'm gone, Sam. I'm gone. I'm seeing you later. I have made an executive decision to serve the Lord. John 4:28, the woman left her water pot, went into the city and said to the man, come see a man that have told me everything that I have done before the Lord. The woman at the well made an executive decision to serve the Lord and dropped her water pot and told the city to come see a man and see what everything that he told me. See, we're living in a season, MJ, where these young people now are making an executive decision to stay a 304 and they want to speak to God, but not in Jesus, people. They want to make a decision to be a freak and still represent God, but not in Jesus, people. Because if you're going to speak for God and Jesus, people, you got to drop your water pots. Judas had talents and gifts. Being slick is a gift and a talent. Hiding your fakeness to folks is a gift and a talent. Being two-faced is a gift and a talent. It's just going to destroy you. But it's a gift and a talent. I still don't know how to do it, y'all, but it's a gift and a talent. Angela, Judas' damnable gifts and talents destroyed him. Being fake and hypocritical is a gift and a talent because I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to perform on that level. I don't know how to work hard at being crooked and slick and lazy as I do being a professional. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to work harder being fake and covering up my hate than just removing myself from them people's lives. I don't know how to be fake like most of these folks. I don't know how, but that's a gift and a talent. And these people come from the line of Judas. Remember, Luke was the physician. Luke had the Gucci. He had all the Louis Vuitton, but Jesus didn't pick Luke. Jesus made an executive decision to pick Peter, the man that was best for the future. When are you going to start making executive decisions to pick the people that are best for your future? Matthew had the bow legs like little Adam, but Jesus didn't pick Matthew. Jesus made an executive decision to pick Peter, the man that was best for the future. When are you going to start making executive decision to pick people that's best for your future? If I don't pick you, it's because you ain't best. For my blood pressure, for my peace, for my spirit. Because some people can bring the best out of you and some people can bring drama out of you. You got to be smart to know who brings the best out of you and who brings drama out of you. I read in the newspaper the other day, yesterday, that 124 children have been shot in Memphis by the boyfriend or the girlfriend. One lady's boyfriend, you read about the other day, shot her 7-year-old daughter in the head and laughed in her face as he shot the child. We letting these people in our lives that shooting and killing our children and acting crazy with you. It's time for us to make some executive decisions. Put it on the screen, Lauren. Put it on the screen. This is the man. He shot the 7-year-old daughter in the head. It's dangerous dating these fools out here today. It is dangerous. I told you months ago that I don't deal with anybody that raise their voice at me. And surely I'm not going to let them around my children. It's more dangerous today to date than at any time in the history of our city. Because these fools, they get mad at you and start killing your children. You better start making some executive decisions that you're going to stop being desperate and start being a mother and start being a father. You better start making some executive decision that say, I done had enough sex that if I don't have sex no more, I ain't missing nothing. I need to make sure these children are okay first. You need to start making some executive decisions that I done ran the streets enough, I done been to enough clubs that if I don't go to another club, if I don't have another lap dance, I'm making that executive decision that my life ain't gonna miss nothing. You got to start making some executive decision that I ain't living like this anymore. I'm not, if you're not gonna do it for you, do it for the children. You got to start making some executive decisions that I ain't dealing with broke people no more. If you don't make the decision for you, make it for your children. Because Jesus made an executive decision to put us in the gospel and put us in the ministry and to die on the cross for our sins. Jesus made an executive decision that I'm going to hang, bleed, and die for the sins of the world. He made an executive decision. Somebody stand on your feet and give the Lord a victory hand clap of praise if you're ready to make some executive decisions.